So apparently I did a whole garden video and somehow the file got corrupted. It was a little too long, so I'll try to do it quicker this time. This is the view from downstairs out into the garden. And let me take my glasses off because I have the wrong glasses on. And fortunately the house tour video did work, so there will be a Baba Yaga house tour. So let's go outside and show you what's been happening. I've got my morning glory all along the porch, and let's see how I can do this. Oh, there's some little yellow finches out there. So I harvested my black currants, got a handful, and they did okay. The plants are growing. I have all my sweet peas here. The hops are doing pretty well. The scarlet runner beans are doing okay. Oh, little chipmunk there. I'm mulching with some comfrey. There's gooseberry and the rhubarb and the Rosa canina are going okay. The ashwagandha is doing all right. California mugwort, some more Mexican tarragon, and goji, which isn't doing so well. I've got a couple of potted plants here from starts from a friend. Couple of tomatoes, peppers, and these are from my yard that I started out back and they have too much shade. The daylilies are pretty much gone. I like this one a lot. So out here are the medicinals. This is how they're doing. The St. John's wort is really spread and it's blooming little by little. There's second growth that's come on the motherwort and on the valerian, so they're doing well. Some of the coreopsis are dying back now, but the angelica is doing well. My transplanted feverfew, I've got a few foxglove, and the comfrey's doing well. And then I've got calendula all along the outside, and I've been harvesting that a little bit at a time. And rudbeckia, and then over here we've got a few more daylilies, and the sunflowers are pretty much done except for what the little goldfinches are getting, but I want to have a bunch of hollyhocks out here that are doing well. And I've got some little starts of, I'm not sure whether that's dill or fennel. And this is a type of morning glory. Oh, look at it. It's going all the way up there. It's going to be very interesting when it gets big. And I'll show you that when it blooms because it looks like it should be neat. And if that's a good sized sunflower. Larkspur, some more hollyhock underneath. That's a collection of flowers with cosmos. Some more of the sunflowers. The tomatoes are back behind there. They're setting. They're a Cherokee purple. My horseradish is doing really well. Lavender's all along here. And I have some white sage there. This is the wormwood that I picked and is drying inside. I have a few okra out here, and there's some marigold, cramp bark, sweet pepper, and hot pepper, and a variety of herbs and wildflowers in here. Here's thyme. It's been so wet, I don't think the thyme likes the wet. There's some little lemon basil that's come up from last year's seeds, and I have some fennel and some coriander coming up here. Those are my hollyhocks that have done real well, and I'm casting the seed that's on there now. I'll probably cut them back because there's some new growth at the bottom. There's some echinacea in there, oregano, two kinds of sage, some Melissa in there, agrimony. There's another volunteer basil there. A few different kinds of mints right here that I need to cut back. Stevia and lemongrass, catnip. The eggplant have done really well this year. I never was able to get eggplant to grow or to fruit in El Cerrito. I removed all my buckwheat and threw in some new one, and then I took what I had pulled out and used for mulch around all the plants. And here's some more comfrey, some more marigolds, and these are my cucumber vines, which are doing pretty well. More comfrey, tomatillo, and I haven't seen yet if any of them are setting. More marigold, more Mexican tarragon, some hollyhocks in there, more morning glory, mugwort, regular mugwort, and here's one of my elders. No blooms this year. Sweet woodruff chase tree, which is blossoming. More sweet woodruff and some shade plants, and these are all okra here. Some basil, and then we'll go around back. I'm trying to do this relatively quickly because the last one was 17 minutes and something happened to the file. It would not upload correctly. So I'm sorry if I seem rushing, but I just don't want to make this too long. And out here was kind of an experiment. Here's my Camellia sinensis, my tea plant, which should go out front. There's some greens there, buckwheat, more buckwheat, volunteer tomatoes, okra that I threw in. I've gotten some beans, but I think the bunnies have chewed through some of the vines at the bottom, so they're kind of dying. Red mustard that has kind of gone to seed. Some bitter melon, which kind of likes the tropical weather we've had lately. It's even starting to bloom. Some kale that's been kind of chewed. The squash was a bust. More seedlings. There's some sweet woodruff and some gompharia. These are like dark purple hollyhocks that I have to get in. This pot has done really well. I've harvested a bit of the basil, and there's sorrel in here, and I have some ginger coming up as well. This is my yuzu, which is doing well. So next year I'll be able to rethink these gardens, and I'll get the soil better too, because it's still a little bit compacted. And I have a book on woodland medicinals that I'm going to be using to do a little study and hopefully plant some ginseng, golden seal, maybe wild indigo, Solomon seal, blue and black cohosh mayapple. All those should grow in the understory here. The spiral gardens, the soil got really weird this year, so I have to redo it and compost in it, and it all kind of sunk, but I still have stuff growing in there. The Tulsi's done pretty well, and this elder has done well, but it just hasn't bloomed yet. And I've got some blackberries over there. While you're not focusing, there we go. And I have another blackberry plant that's in a pot that I need to put in. The haskap, the edible honeysuckle, really didn't do very well, and I think I have to take it out of here and redo this soil, because the soil is pretty heavy and kind of crappy. So, and last but not least is my little blueberries are starting to color up and get ripe. I may need to put a net on that. And that's about it. There. did it much quicker than the last time, so hopefully this time it will download. Okay, bye.